This is On the Rock Sassy Movie News, your weekly Hollywood dish from the gay perspective. Who got cast, who got fired, what movie's coming next, who broke up with who? You know, the important stuff. Grab the popcorn and let's get started. Well, hello. This is On the Rocks Movie News brought to you by Outlet.tv and Straw Hut Media. I'm your host, Alexander Rodriguez, bringing you the sassiest and tipsiest top and bottom of Hollywood news. Okay, here's the latest Hollywood tea. Okay, remember the film 300 with Russell Crowe and about 300 hot CGI'd abbed men? Well, Zack Snyder from Justice League and, of course, a million other films has pitched a sequel, a gay sequel about Alexander the Great and his closest friend, shall we say? Warner Brothers said, yes, gay representation in the media, yes. And no thank you. Not going to be made. But he pitched it. I'm sure the porn version will be out, though, so watch for that. Okay, Snake Eyes trailer came out. Most of you are thinking about the live-action 2009 movie. Well, I remember G.I. Joe growing up, the toys and the cartoon. Other boys were making their G.I. Joes, like, fight and do little wars in the sandbox. I was making them do other things. Anyway, Snake Eyes is the origin story of the character, now played by Henry Goulding. It looks hot. Henry looks hot. Now, when can I get that action figure? Anatomically correct. Did you see Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey? Well, it kind of wasn't a big hit, and the star, Margot, has reported that no sequel is in the works, nor does she think anyone will be anytime soon. Wah, wah. Did you see it? It was meh. How do you get that many kick-ass women on screen and then just have a film that goes meh? The best thing in that was the breakfast sandwich that she had. The new Jungle Cruise movie with Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson, is just about due. It will be in the movie theaters, but it's also premiering on Disney Plus the same day. Movie releases like this are fueling the fire that movie theaters could be in big trouble even post-COVID. So you want to keep movies alive? Go to the movies. Emily Blunt, speaking of Emily Blunt, was supposed to play Black Widow instead of Scarlett Johansson, but she turned it down, saying she's not really into superhero films. Scarlett Johansson answered back, "Thanks, girl," as she packed the piles and piles of cash under her bed. Thanks. Scream 5 is coming out, and Courtney Cox, hopefully without her bangs, says that the film is not a reboot or a remake. It's the start of a whole new franchise. How many times can we scream? My voice is hoarse. Talking about horror films, though, Pet Sematary, in my opinion, is one of Stephen King's most underrated, scariest books. The films have been okay. The last remake was pretty good. Well, there's plans to do a follow-up to the 2019 remake. Although it was supposed to be a prequel, that's not the case anymore, and it's going to be a whole new story set in the Pet Sematary world. I just hope it's not like some sponsored thing and they make it about the Limu Emu. I'm over the Limu Emu. I'm over it. Bruce Willis and John Travolta will be teaming up again for the first time since Pulp Fiction for a film titled Paradise City, described as a Miami Vice, what is that, like Pitch Perfect sequel? Miami Vice type story, except it's about bounty hunters. No word yet if Bruce Willis has yet convinced John Travolta to lose that ridiculous toupee and embrace his baldness. John, we all know what's happening. You're not fooling anybody. The upcoming Jurassic Park film, Dominion, will reunite the original cast, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, with the reboot cast, of course, Chris Pratt, for an epic dino party. I wonder what this storyline will be about. Maybe they're going to do something completely different, and it's going to be about, like, a corporation keeping dinosaurs alive even though they should be extinct, and then they get free and wreak havoc. That would be so different, you guys. Emma Stone and Disney's Cruella hasn't come out yet, but critics have already seen it, and everyone loves it. They say it's fabulous. It's a Devil Wears Prada, meets the witches, meets Death Becomes Her. I am all for it, and the drag queens are literally waiting for the second it comes out so they can wear the outfits. You and me both, girl. Okay, I'm going to wrap up with a little behind-the-scenes dish. Seth Rogen has been chatting about a very awkward meeting he had with Tom Cruise about business, talking about films, projects. But then Tom allegedly really wanted to talk about Scientology and tried to push Scientology on Seth Rogen. Girl, Seth Rogen can't even get up pot. How do you think he's going to give up not being in a cult? Tom. Oh, Tom. Anyway, this was our On the Rocks movie news. I'm Alexander Rodriguez. Check out my show, On the Rocks, where celebrities and cocktails mix every week on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV for free. Stay sexy, stay healthy, stay tipsy, and we'll see you at the movies.